Loosely based on truth, the crew of a B-17 prepares for its 25th bombing mission before they can return home to the United States. The film is filled to the brim with cliches and stereotypical characters. Thankfully, the cast are able to bring something a bit more to the roles. Despite the cliches and run-of-the-mill characters, the film is very enjoyable as we take to the skies with the bomber crews and root for their safe return home. The depiction of war is presented in a way younger kids can watch. This is not a film that wants to show the violence of warfare, but the desire to do one's duty and make it home alive. As Korean War peace talks commence, U.S. troops fight to retake a hill from the Communist Chinese forces. The film, despite its age, still depicts the battle scenes in an exciting way. The cast bring the soldiers to life, especially the great Gregory Peck. What Pork Chop Hill excels at is in its message about war itself. This film tells the life of Yamato leading up to and during the war in the Pacific. It presents an alternative view of the war. The film focuses more on the decisions that are made during wartime than actual battle scenes. In its presentation, you are awarded a unique look at the war in the Pacific, backed by intriguing dialogue and a few exciting action sequences. A lost T-55 tank and its crew must fight their way back to Russian-occupied territory against Afghan guerrilla fighters. The film does good building up tension before the action sets in. The performances do the film justice, but it's how the film presents the two sides, as who you root for will often change throughout the film. The Beast is one of the best tank films ever made and an exciting war film. After losing his wife and child in a terrorist bombing, Joshua joins the French Foreign Legion and finds himself fighting in the Bosnian War. Savior is a grim and frighteningly real depiction of war, especially on the non-combatants caught up in the middle of the fighting. Dennis Quaid gives an underappreciated performance as Joshua, and it helps with the message the director wanted to present. Hate and prejudice can often look a lot like patriotism. It's a hard film to stomach, and it will stick with you long after you watch it, but it's a very good film and borderline a masterpiece. Based on the true story of the assault to take a hill well defended by the Viet Cong named Hamburger Hill, the film follows a single platoon in their efforts to claim the hill. By narrowing its focus, it allows the viewer to connect to the soldiers and feel as if they too are a part of their personal hell, as this war film is not about the glory of battle or heroics, but the grittiness of battle without the grand heroics of other war films, which I think gives Hamburger Hill a unique viewing experience and a personal one. British soldiers armed with rifles find themselves outnumbered against Zulu warriors using primitive weapons. While the film is based on a true story, it is very much a stylized retelling. Nonetheless, Zulu is an exciting action film of new technology versus old. The film has even gone on to inspire Peter Jackson and how he depicted the Battle of Helm's Deep, and Paul Verhoeven in his depiction of the Whiskey Outpost attack in Starship Troopers. Even tabletop games like Warhammer have scenarios inspired by the film. Don't miss out on this influential war film. 155 Irish UN peacekeepers stationed in a mining town in the Congo come under attack by 3,000 soldiers. The film is full of exciting and suspenseful action sequences. Even at times, it can be a bit cliched, but ultimately, the film's telling of a mostly forgotten battle is exciting enough that it makes this film a must-watch for war film enthusiasts. of Iron served as inspiration for Tarantino's film Inglourious Basterds. This film, which tells the story of a squad of German soldiers defending the Eastern Front as the Russians advance. Director Sam Peckinpah makes sure the action is violent and consistent, but the film's strength is in its performances and message of chasing medals and glory. Cross of Iron is an exciting action war film. Two brothers are drafted into the South Korean army at the outbreak of the Korean War. The film does an exceptional job developing the characters while showing different struggles during the war. The action sequences rival those found in Saving Private Ryan as they capture the intensity and brutality of combat. The Brotherhood of War is one of the very best foreign war films ever made and offers an insight into a war that is rarely seen in film.